episode of 3 Average Guys Reviews, we're going to be doing the ultimate sub $100 mini red dot challenge.
So why are we doing this? Since the advent of the Micro T1, they've become super Gucci. Many of the other companies have decided to introduce their own micro red dot. Every week, the shooting community gets hundreds of these in the mail, and they all have red dots in them. And they're all cheap, and most of us, because we believe they're crap. And to be honest, nobody's gonna shell out the 50 or 60 bucks to find out that it is a piece of junk. So we've kind of bitten the bullet for you. There are good reviews out there for one or two of these, but most of them will say this site is good because I bought it and it's better than all the others, and they have nothing really to back it up.
So in this episode, we're going to attempt to do an accuracy, reliability, and durability test of each of these optics. We're going to attempt to zero at 25 yards with 12 rounds. Then we're going to shoot these with various calibers to check the durability of them. With 9mm, 45, 12 gauge, 308, 7.62 by 54. And after all that's conducted, we're going to do a drop test and then a dunk test or submersion test in water to see if all our seals hold.
The first test is packaging test. The reason we were going to go and check the packaging is they've skimped on the packaging. What else are they going to skimp on? Is the packaging reusable? Can you store the sight in that packaging? Is it vibrant? Does it stick out from the rest? And general chintziness. The TRUGLO 20mm red dot, model number T.A.G.R. was purchased for $86.75 from grabagun.com, sourced through Amazon.com. The TRUGLO comes in a plastic, easy to open clamshell, because we all love clamshells. This one you do not have to cut to open, you just merely open it up. Inside is the scope itself, a pair of rubber lens covers, a limited lifetime warranty, and an Allen key sandwiched in the cardboard. The TRUGLO is our 5th place. It's very bright, which is TRUGLO's motto, when brightness counts. So TRUGLO stands out very well. You can see the scope through the clamshell, and we do like the fact that it opens and closes with very ease. You could reuse this many times. The Konus Pro Atomic 20mm mini red/green illuminated sight, model number 7247, was purchased from Cheaper Than Dirt for $96.82. Comes in a decent sized heavy duty 4-color print box. For storage purposes, this should last quite some time when you're not using it on the rifle, which is heavily padded and is nice. Inside the Konus' heavily padded box is a nice blue lens cleaning swatch, a limited lifetime warranty, and an instruction manual in every single language known to man, from Italian to Russian to French, Dutch, English, everything, Spanish, you name it. If it's a major language, Japanese, it's in here. Also comes with a and an Allen key. It was kind of a hard draw between the Bushnell and the Konus. I would say they would have to tie for first, but if you want an actual score, I'm going to have to give it to the Konus because it's a color, very vibrant, has bears and lions and tigers all over the thing. It's very bright over the Bushnell.
The next thing we looked at was the initial appearance, what the item looked like when we took it out of the box. What did it come with? Did it look like it was a big bag of crap? Did it come with any extra equipment such as scope, cap covers, cleaning rags, anything like that? Was there any warranty? Where was it made?
The TRUGLO, the first thing, initial observations for the red dot sight is that it is very large, extremely large in comparison to the other scopes. The other thing that you notice right away is everything is manufactured through TRUGLO, or at least is sourced through TRUGLO, because there is nothing on this scope that is identical or close to another scope. Everything is different, everything is large, it is very heavy compared to all the other scopes. I will get you a weight, but it weighs way more than, I want to say, 2 of its competitors. The TRUGLO looks to be in copper on the left hand side of the scope itself, brushed. The light intensification knob has 3 settings of brightness for the 3 colors, which are green, red, and blue, with a dead spot or 0 off position in between each of the colors. The windage and elevation is on the top and right, along with the light intensification knob. The base, from what I've been told, is that there is another model of this exact same scope that comes with both the low mountings and the high-rise mountings. When you flip the scope upside down, there are 4 Allen keys that hold the base to the body of the scope, which are removable so that you can place a proprietary TRUGLO high-rise mount. The mounting knob itself is not as large as the Konus, but it is either able to be tightened by an Allen key, which is included, or by hand. The knobs for the elevation and windage have the TRUGLO insignia is on the cap for the battery that goes over the light intensification knob. It is also copper, brushed, looks like a penny, but it says TRUGLO Optics on it. It is very heavy in comparison to every single model out there. It is also made in China. The rubber lens cover is also proprietary. It doesn't match any of the, which looks generically sourced rubber covers. These are specific to the model. You won't be mixing these up with anybody else. I'm going to say these are the inline version, not the D style. And they say TRUGLO on the front and rear. The front lens cover is, again, very wide and slips all the way over. It slips over the front lens fully, and the rear one, like all the others, just slips over the rear lens and is held in place by the tension of the rubber straps. The TRUGLO is extremely heavy in comparison to all the other red dots. We're going to start off with our number 1, which is the TRUGLO. You want to talk rugged and well constructed. The TRUGLO it screams that, and it's heavy. It is very thick. It is overly constructed, and the copper inlays just let you know that you got every penny of the money you spent. So that's why TRUGLO gets our number 1. The fact of the matter is, as far as construction goes, everything up to about 8th place would tie. There were only small little things that separated the rest of them. They were all very well constructed and almost identical in some aspects. Initial appearance of the Konus is fairly decent. The Konus, the Barska, and the Bresser, especially the Barska and the Bresser, all seem to come from the same manufacturer as far as the body goes. The lens assembly is identical. The body construction is identical. The mounting to the Picatinny rail and the elevation and windage on the Bresser and Barska are identical. The only thing that sets the Konus apart from the Bresser and the Barska is that the intensification knob and the windage is on the left hand side, and that the mounting knob is quite large, whereas the Barska and the Bresser use a Allen key to tighten. The mounting knob is extremely rugged. It's adjusted with a flathead screwdriver or by hand. Light intensification, it has 5 levels of adjustment in green and red, with a dead spot between each of the colors. That way you're not immediately going from green to red. there's a dead spot or off position. It has your elevation and windage adjustments, again on the left hand side and on the top, and the lens is a dull green color. The Konus comes with a lens cover, which is quite effective. It is identical to several of the other models. The front of the lens cover fits snugly, whereas on the rear it fits over top of the lens but is only held in by pressure, and there's no real ridge to hold it in place. But it is held in securely. Fourth place was really hard for us because the Konus, the Bresser, and the Barska are almost identical. In fact, it's not almost. There's a lot of parts that are identical. So we were really having a hard time trying to figure out if we should just tie them for fourth. But since there's 8 scopes and we've been grading things on a 1 to 8 basis, who got first, who got last, we pretty much decided let's go through here and find out what separates these above the rest. So for fourth place, we gave it to the Konus. And the reason we gave it to the Konus, there's just something different about it. The knob's on the left-hand side instead of on the right-hand side, like the Bresser and Barska. The other things that we liked were that it came with, we liked that, nobody else did it, and it's separated. It comes with a giant tightening knob, which no one else did as well. Everybody else, you had to attach it on by an Allen key. The TRUGLO had a smaller knob. The Konus, you don't have to wait to get an Allen key that you lost somewhere. So that's the reason we gave the Konus fourth place. The TRUGLO also has alignment issues. You can co-witness. It came co-witnessed almost out of the box, which is nice, but it sits very high over the sight, well, to the bottom. It sits above the sight picture, which you can see here. It has red, green, and blue settings. Almost right out of the box, it co-witnessed, although the sight picture of the scope itself is high and not in the middle. It will co-witness. Lower settings seem to be the better settings. This is of course indoors. On the lyre, on the very high settings, you can notice there is ghosting or refraction off the front lens from the rear lens, and this happens on all the colors. So I'm guessing that the middle would be the best because the highest brightness reflects the LED off the front lens. Our 8th place is the TRUGLO, which it only has 3 settings. So when you get to 3, it's just overwhelming to the point where the splashback, you just can't handle it. It has a bad reflection, which although very bright, it's one of the brighter ones, the highest intensities. The lower intensities are even just as bright. And at those high intensities, you have extreme ghost issues, reflections, refractions, and it was the lowest of the sight. That, and you only have 3 adjustments for every level, and again, that's because it's trying to do red, blue, and green all at the same time, so you lose your 11 points of adjustability. But the mid level is very bright, and the high is extremely bright to the point where it's not very accurate because you can't make out the dot. It's just extremely reflective. Yeah, the Konus will co-witness, although it does sit low to the rifle. We tried a riser, and it will not. It's either as low as you see here, or it's too high. The camera's picking this thing up fat, but the sight picture is very clear. And there's almost no ghosting. There's no ghosting. The picture is very clear. I mean, number 4 was the Konus. The Konus came in at 4. It just seems to be very fat and has a lot of reflection in it.